God speaks to you with purpose. He instructs, he gives direction and guidance very specifically and very purposefully. He doesn't do things for no reason. He doesn't just haphazardly do things. He's very intentional. He's very purposeful. We take and read his word personally, interact with this personally. This is so vital that we take what's in here and we interact personally with him through that, because through the Bible, through the scriptures, he's speaking to you and he's telling you things. He's revealing his heart, his will, his desire, his thoughts. Okay, so we take this and we read it in a personal way to increase and to encourage this relationship, this intimacy, this oneness that you have with him, because he's invited you. Remember, he said, come to me. Why come? He wants to give you rest. He wants to instruct you. He wants to give you wisdom. He wants to give you strength. He wants to give you life. Let's look at a verse in 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 5. And we're going to see that when he speaks, he has a purpose, he has a reason. 1 Timothy 1:5 says, now the purpose of the commandment is love from a pure heart, from a good conscience, and from sincere faith. The purpose of the commandment. Now we can reduce this merely to like the 10 commandments, or even all of the law of, we could look back at Moses, or we can also look at it and understand that this commandment is God speaking. This is his instruction. So it includes the 10 commandments. It includes the law of Moses. It includes all sorts of things. It is his instruction. God did not give like the 10 commandments. He didn't give them to Israel for no reason. He was expressing something about the nature and the characteristics of righteousness. Now you could read a little bit further in the next couple verses in 1 Timothy 1 here, and he talks about the law and that it is good. But it has a purpose we need to understand. But in this verse 5, he's including more than just the law, more than just the 10 commandments or the old covenant. He is including his instruction from the very beginning. The purpose is love. God wants us as his children, and from the beginning we are his children because our life comes forth from him. In the garden he made man, male and female, in his likeness and his image. In 1 John we are told that God is love. Love, described in 1 Corinthians 13, for one place, is very specific in terms of how it looks and what it does, how it behaves. It's really a good place to look, is 1 Corinthians 13. So the purpose of the commandment is love. It is to create within us the very nature and the likeness of God. So when Jesus takes away all of our mistakes, our sins, comes through the power of the resurrection to dwell in us and empower us, that we can walk out our created purpose and destiny, which is his likeness, his image, to be born in us, to be like him, so that we manifest him and bring glory to him. And that is what love is and does. We were made, and we are Christians, we are believers, that we become love. It's not so that we are loved, but we are, but it is that we be love. We express and we exemplify, we manifest love in all of its attributes to others, to the children, other children of God, to the ones that he created and he made. So the purpose in him giving us any instruction, sharing his wisdom, his will, his notions, his way of thinking, is to produce in us his nature, his character, which is love. And as it says in here, it is the purpose of the commandment is love from a pure heart. And you can't experience this without that purity. And we need to talk about that some more, but that has to do with our pursuit of him. Pure listening to him, believing him, seeking him. From a good conscience, clear thinking, clear conscience that has been cleansed by him, and sincere faith. I'm going to trust him, and I'm going to believe him, and I'm going to follow him. The purpose, he always has a purpose. And he tells us here his purpose in teaching us, instructing us, directing and guiding us, is that we can grow up fully into what we were created for, which is love.